Hey, it's Todd Gross. How are you? I'm here with Bill Guthrie, who has put out Audience Explosion 2.0. Now, this is apparently the most comprehensive Instagram training that we've seen yet. And I want to definitely get in there and ask Bill, what's in the product, what makes it different, and why are you so excited about it?
Well, Todd, thanks first off for having me. I am really excited to be here. I got to tell you, I'm having this weird like deja vu moment with all the politicians talking right now. I feel like, I got to put my blazer on, but I actually am genuinely happy to talk to you. Todd and I are good friends, and I appreciate the time. Let me tell you a quick little story. When I was thinking about Instagram for the last couple of years, I thought, well, there's no way that this thing works as any kind of marketing platform or marketing solution whatsoever, right? I thought it was a place for celebrities and kids and, regular people just to post pictures of their food or, whatever they might be. I never really was able to understand it as a marketing platform. I was connected in with someone whose name is Ryan Mayer. This separate person said, man, there's this guy, he's crushing it with Instagram. He makes all this money, and all he does is post pictures on Instagram. And I just didn't believe it, but I was curious. I got connected with him, and we started, he basically opened up his business to me, how he did it, what his day looked like, the money he was making, how he was making that money. And I just couldn't believe it. I am a serial entrepreneur, which means that I typically go from one idea to another. I get interested with something and I'll play with it for a little bit and then I move on. That has not been the case with Instagram. I am utterly fascinated with it, and I am absolutely convinced that it is the #1 marketing platform available to us today. And the reason is because when people go into Instagram, they want to be entertained, they want to be educated, they want to be inspired. There's this huge emotional hook that is associated with seeing something, right? Like with the visual aspect. So it reminds you of that idea that says, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And it is so absolutely true. And so what we did last July is we had been working for several months and essentially put together a big Instagram course. We looked around, we saw a couple various ones that were out there. We saw some that are being priced at $500 or $600 that have essentially basic information in it. And I felt like people were being taken advantage of because they had no idea about Instagram. So anyone coming along and saying, let me show you how to do it, they could charge whatever they wanted. That's not the way I roll out things. And we wanted to get as many people involved as possible. So we launched that in July. We had it open for a week. It did really well. People were really excited. And then we started working with those students. We have a Facebook group that we're active in. We were doing additional trainings, and we really wanted to make sure that people understood how to do it and how to go through the process. There was a couple of little issues that popped up along the way. And what I really mean is we were able to identify a couple of challenges that a lot of people were having. And one of those was content. So Instagram is a content, image-based social network, and people were stumped with how to, kind of create their own content. Even regardless of how much training we put in front of them, they were like, oh, it's going to take too much time and all of that. And so what we did, Todd, is we kind of looked at Instagram in a slightly different manner, and we started looking at it from the eyes of our students. When they're in there struggling, or things were getting slow for them, or they didn't want to have to create content, what would they do? And it really dawned on us because there is a process inside of Instagram that is very popular already. We did not create this idea, and it's called reposting. And basically what it is when you find something that you like on Instagram, you can repost it. You can basically post that idea, that image into your account. But being the good marketers that we are and the problem solvers that we are, we saw a way just to go, oh, Well, this is curation, right? So that's what marketers call content curation. We find content that's out there and we leverage it for our own benefit. So rather than just sharing it generally, we're going to share it strategically with the intent of having it benefit us as much as the audience. So Audience Explosion 2.0 takes a very specific angle this time, and it is one where we're teaching how to curate inside of Instagram. This is meaningful because we can now literally grab thousands of images. We teach ways to grab thousands and thousands of images and be able to then post those quickly over time for your maximum benefit, and obviously for the benefit of your audience.
Wow. That is great. And you have 40 videos apparently that do this, which is interesting. They're bite-sized, 5 minutes and less, but that still amounts to 2 hours worth or more, I think, of videos. So that is great. Now, basically, Instagram is, just for those that don't know, it uses the phone. It's basically on the phone or the iPad or whatever, the device.
Yes.
Not on the computer. And then folks are able to post things and make money from doing so. But how? What's the connection? At least give us a hint of what you'll be talking about in order to monetize this.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you were thinking when you first looked at it, hey, all right, so I'll post a picture of a dog or a piece of food. It was very often it was food. Instagram was always like, we're going to post food on there and things like that. But how does that translate to monetization?
Well, I've thought about almost nothing except Instagram for the last few months. And I think I'm thinking about Instagram on really different levels because I've got 25 years of sales and marketing experience, because I've got all this, all this experience in figuring out how people think, what motivates them. And I've kind of distilled it down to this idea. And Instagram is about wish fulfillment. It is literally about making people feel great. There are accounts, and this is how we teach it, that there are accounts in the most random, ridiculous niches you've ever heard of. There could be big niches like the pet niche, right? Like a dog account. There could be niches in the health niche and in the fitness niche. We have someone who is making about $15,000 to $20,000 a month in the marching band niche. Like, I didn't even know that was a niche, right? And how is he doing it? So all he does is he posts images related to marching bands, right? Like what kind of images would be exciting to people who care about marching bands? And then all he does at that point, so you attract your audience. This is, marketing 101. Who do I want to talk to? How do I get them to pay attention to me? How do I engage them, get them to know, like, and trust me? And then how do I cause them to take an action, right? And so that's all he's doing. Now, in his case, he's selling T-shirts and he's selling merchandise and things like that that are associated, and that would be interesting to his audience. But what's great about it is that once you attract your audience, you can promote things as an affiliate. You can promote CPA offers. You can do list building. You can send people to your e-commerce store. E-commerce does very well inside of Instagram. And all of these things really do well because it's truly about being able to create a traffic asset. And that's kind of how I look at it. It's that the only reason why I think that you should be doing Instagram is for the traffic, right? Like, you can have your own personal account if you just want to have fun. But strategically, from a brand perspective or from a marketing perspective, the reason is to be able to generate traffic. And once we know what our topic is about, what that audience is that we're trying to attract, then it's a matter of just engaging and entertaining them. And then once they're there, we teach calls to action that get people to click out of Instagram to whatever site you want to send them. And it's highly effective. People get blown away at just how simple it is. On the surface, you would say, I don't believe it. And I get that. I mean, I understand to be cynical or to be dubious about something, especially if you've never, never even opened up that app or downloaded it to your phone. But it's unbelievable how engaged people are on Instagram, and that once they're connected to an account, you make an offer to them. Oh my gosh, like they engage, right? They will click through. If I tell someone, click that link to go check this out, that's exactly what they'll do. So I really see it as building a traffic asset. It is something that you are growing. You don't grow your SEO traffic. You get lucky or you don't, or you grind away trying to rank for some esoteric keyword that no one uses. You can kind of grow your blog, but that's kind of fleeting. When you grow an Instagram account, people, they pick up their phone all day long. They are on their phone all day long. What do? They go through a series of apps, and one of those apps is Instagram. And they go into Instagram, and then they sit there and they flip and they roll and they go, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. I'm going to share with that. I'm going to comment on that. I'm going to do that. He says to do this. I'm going to click. And that's what makes it so powerful. So we talk to people and they kind of complain about the fact that, oh, I have to be on my phone to run this business. Well, forget about yourself for a moment and think about your audience, because this is where they all are. They're all on their phone. So, it's unreal. And the results that our students are getting so far have been just spectacular.
Well, that's great. All right. So that's what the basic product is. And on this page, we'll have a link to the very special discount that you have cooked up for everyone. But on the inside, because a lot of emphasis here on this original product, Audience Explosion 2.0, is from what you've learned over the course of the last year, that content curation is a shortcut. It's a way to really get in there and immediately have a splash, even if you have no prior experience at all with Instagram, if you don't even have the app on your phone now.
Right.
But the first OTO really, actually both one-time offers were really interesting to me, but I don't want to belabor the second one because it's a little complicated, has to do with cross-connecting from one thing to another, which would be hard to explain here. But the first one is really easy to explain, and that has to do with Canva and 30 image templates. Could you explain what that one-time offer is all about and how it adds if somebody wants to go even further?
Absolutely. The best practices of social media go a little bit like this. And I didn't make this up. This is kind of the agreed upon logic, is that 60% of the content that you post anywhere, this should be on your blog or your Twitter account or on Facebook or on Instagram, that at least 60% of that content should be curated, right? It should be you sharing something else, right? So social is about, look, let's talk about you for a minute, right? So it's about 60% should be curated or shared. 30% should be original content. So this is you making your stake in the little universe. And then 10% should be promotional. Now, with Instagram, it can be a little bit different because ultimately we've seen and had success with accounts that are 100% curated. I'm not going to line to you because once you buy, you're going to hear us say that. But here's the problem with 100% curated accounts. Is that they're not producing anything that can actually be shared. So they can grow and they can entertain and they can have a great success, but they're not really producing anything with their name on it. So we really encourage people. You can definitely get started with curation and it can be a big part of your strategy, but we really do encourage people to create original content from time to time. At the very least, a couple of new images every week, right? You want something with your account name on it. And you can't sit there and take someone else's picture and put your account on, like that's not cool. So what we have as an upsell is that we personally, and in our business, we use a web-based solution called Canva. It's 100% free. You can log in, like with your Facebook ID. We love it and we recommend it. Canva's got a really cool feature where we can create images and essentially share them with you. They're templates. And so what we've done is we've gone back and looked at all of our most, our top converting images. These are not pictures that we're taking. We leverage free images. We leverage all types of stuff that's already out there. So I'm not talking about taking a picture, but we will leverage that. And then we essentially will create these images. They're great looking, and they're really meant for emotional charged ideas, right? It's like, you want to, let's say if you're an entrepreneur, how easy is it if someone shows a cool picture and it says, you're going to do the thing that's so awesome and go get it. And you go, yes, I'm totally, like you love that. Well, we teach those strategies, but what we want to do is to make it so simple for you that you will actually create content. So we've got 30 of these great templates. All you're going to have to do is we'll connect you over there to it. We'll show you how to get everything set up. We teach you how to work inside of Canva if you're unfamiliar with it. And then literally how to take our templates and be able to essentially flip them to exactly your audience, exactly what they need to speed that up. And then it's so beautiful. All you got to do is once you're done, an image will take you 90 seconds to create. Once you're done at that point, you can download it to your computer. We teach you how to put it right into Google Drive. That's our recommended integration. And with Google Drive, it's so beautiful because once you put it in on your computer, now it's on your phone, click, 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 and then now you're done. So we're always looking for ways to be highly efficient, to speed everything up, and to work in the web, and on the computer when we can, and have that work be able to be quickly assimilated into the mobile devices.
I love it. Now, you said, before I talk about the bonus videos that you've put together for our group, you said that 80,000 followers one person had.
Yeah.
Now, was that a person that started from scratch? What was the story with that?
Yeah, he just started from scratch. And here's what's really interesting, Todd, and I know you'll appreciate this. It is the people that just do what we say that are having the greatest success. The people who go, yeah, maybe, the people who kind of try to tinker with our process are the ones that come back and they're like, hey, I need more work. And then we just keep
sending them back. Yeah, to be on that road. Yeah.
So there's a testimonial on the sales page by a guy named Russ Hutto. And let me kind of give you a sense. Russ is the guy who's actually in the marching band niche. And he right now has, you got to think, the marching band niche is small, right? Like it is, I mean, that's a niche.
I'm familiar with that niche. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
His account only has around 30,000 followers. He's been at it for a few months. Only has 30,000. And yet in December, he was able to make, to be able to do net profit. This is not gross revenue. Don't be
right. Net.
But he netted $18,000 for himself in December.
In 1 month.
Off an account with 25 to 30,000 followers.
So it's like having 30,000 on your list, but more effective because you're having more people actually interact than if you had a list of 30,000 where you only get 2%.
No, right, absolutely, and they don't unsubscribe quite as quickly. You don't spam them. You don't get all that kind of crap. Yeah, I mentioned to you before the call. We had a student. He just posted this in the Facebook group yesterday, and he actually posted it within some comments. So I didn't even I almost missed it. And he said he wanted to update. I used his something he had said. I used it on the sales page as a little bit of a testimonial, and he just very casually came back and said, "Oh yeah, he was like, that number that said 30,000, and now it's 70,000, and and I got paid yesterday for my very first paid promotion." And just to kind of quickly explain what a paid promotion is that for any of you who don't have a business, who literally don't have a website, who don't have an e-commerce store, who don't have a sales funnel in place, who are still kind of figuring out, I know I want to do this, but I don't know what to do, right? Like, I just keep bouncing around. We teach actually what we call influencer marketing. And all you have to do is identify a great audience, which is, by the way, we teach that too. And you just build an account and be super cool and be fun. You don't even have to sell anything. You don't have to promote anything other than just draw the audience to you and be super fun and cool. And what happens is that you can either reach out, or people will reach out to you and say, hey, I see your account. I really like what you've got going on. How much would you pay? How much would you charge to post something of mine in your account? How much would you charge me to promote my account to your following?
Right.
There are people, by the way, who charge thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, these kind of things. But you can get $100, $200, $500. It just depends. It's going to be balanced relative to the amount of to the kind of.
So in addition to monetizing it with your own stuff, you could get paid to promote other people's stuff.
Absolutely. Right. And again, when you think about the revenue streams that are possible inside of Instagram, you can obviously sell products, digital and physical. You can get people to opt in, and then you can sell them, downstream in some capacity. It's incredibly effective for bloggers because the traffic. When I think about bloggers, I think, well, they may not have any products they're selling. They've got AdSense and they've got, like things like that. So it's kind of more passive. They're hoping people will click something or other. Well, Instagram works great for that because people will absolutely go and check out, your blog, so you'll get all those impressions.
Right.
And then so any way that you would normally try to attract traffic and get it, Instagram absolutely works for that. But then there's this other awesome little area where you can absolutely get paid to simply promote other accounts. And again, it's influencer marketing. It absolutely works. We've had other students that have had that success. That one just pops in my head. And it was funny how he goes, oh yeah, you should totally update the testimonial because, whatever his number was, like it was like 5 or 10 times greater than that. So it was just really exciting.
Now, this is a very video-oriented crowd, and you've very, very wonderfully offered to connect them with a video bonus for this, because Instagram isn't just about still pictures. It's also about videos. And if you could explain how and what this bonus is and how folks will be able to get it.
Again, because Todd is genuinely a friend of mine, like we've eaten late night dinners at Denny's and you drove me back to the hotel and we legitimately hung out. And I saw that he was letting you guys know about this. I said to him, I go, we have some cool training that is focused on how to do videos for Instagram. And so we have 8 videos. This is a packet that we're going to make available only to Todd's tribe. And it's a packet of 8 videos. And in that, we'll give you an overview of how videos work inside of Instagram. So Todd's right. It's not just about still images, but you can absolutely upload video content to Instagram. So we're going to kind of give you the structure of how that works and why it works and the effectiveness of it. And then we are going to, we're going to give you 5 short videos that are going to be highlighting different apps, right? So you could absolutely create a video the way you currently do and then upload that to Instagram. You can absolutely do that. But we like to use apps, and especially, in a live setting where I might say, hey, here I am, and I'm talking to, you think about all these videos and Snapchat and Periscope and all this kind of live streaming. People are really starting to embrace this device as a video component. We're going to highlight 5 different apps that you can use that have really kind of cool features and functions and ways to be able to a lot of it's, just making your phone videos look awesome. You're going to end up ultimately using this stuff outside of Instagram just for your own benefit. We'll show you how to set up lighting kits and use things like selfie sticks. There's some functionality that you should be aware of. And then ultimately, last part of this bonus, we're going to show you, because it's a passion of ours, we're going to show you how a couple of accounts are curating videos that are out there. So again, you could be in the video mindset. We're just, because that's what we do. We're going to teach you through a case study of accounts that are not even creating their own videos, but that are going to, they're actually just out there finding great videos, sharing those inside of Instagram. And I mean, they've, this one account we're going to talk about, it's got easily over 1 million followers. They're absolutely banking just by curating content. So it's really exciting. Do you want to tell them how they're going to get it?
Yeah, sure. It'll be in the JV Zoo download area. And if not, you could always reach me at squeezevideos@gmail.com. That's squeezevideos@gmail.com. Bill, thank you so much. I mean, I'm very excited about how real, how tangible this is. When I first started, I was able to, the reason I'm successful is because I was able to gravitate to what was really good and what wasn't for very low cost. So I didn't spend all those thousands of dollars. Like you always hear those stories about people, oh, I'm thousands of dollars out and I'm just like you. You know that story?
Yeah.
I'm just like you. I lost thousands of dollars and I've been had. That never happened to me. I always had that ability to find what was low cost and really meaningful and productive. And that's what this is. And that's what I really appreciate about it. And when you see this deal, when you click on the link that's right below this video, you'll be blown away. So thank you, Bill. Great description of what this is all about. Thank you for taking the time to put together such a great product.
Todd, thank you so much. And folks, I hope that you do join us. And I look forward to getting to know you in our Facebook group. So thank you for the time, Todd.
All right, Bill. Take care, everybody. Link is right below the video.